My target for Nvidia by the end of the year was $150, and we have come very, very close to that. But unfortunately, just from a technical standpoint, I want to share with you why I think that we could be reaching a potential high and why I think we could see a potential pullback to maybe $130. First, we're going to start with this weekly chart. The thing that I'm mainly looking for when I'm trading is to understand, number one, what the trend is. Obviously, the trend here on Nvidia is bullish because we're continuing to make higher lows and higher highs. The second thing, and the major thing that most people overlook, is buying pressure. Buying pressure is extremely important because we cannot move the market ourselves. The only way that we can have the market go up is if other participants who have much more money than we do step in and believe or agree with the same thesis that we have. So even if I believe that a stock is extremely undervalued, and from a fundamental standpoint, it could be, it doesn't matter if other participants are not going to step into the market, agree with you, and then bid the stock up. Now, the main tool that I use is called a BX Trender. It's the indicator at the bottom of your screen. It's completely free on TradingView, and I have courses going over it in the description. I highly recommend taking the Elite Trader Playbook, which will go over the entire strategy we're talking about here, but in much more detail. On January 8th, 2024, you will see that the BX Trender flipped from red to green. This is indicating significant buying pressure. It is at this point that we would become bullish on Nvidia and give it an official buy rating. From there, we would look to hold the position until March 11th and realize a 58% profit, or just walk away from trading this for at least a couple of weeks. This is because the BX Trender flipped from green to red, which signals that buying pressure is no longer outweighing selling pressure, and it doesn't mean the stock has to drop significantly, but it does mean that the chances of it continuing to get bid up higher or push the stock price up higher is much lower. This, unfortunately, is normally when greedy retail investors try to buy the top, think that the market's going to continue to run, and then it doesn't. From here, price pulls back pretty significantly to hit a low of $75.53. After that, we bounce. The BX Trender flips once again here on Monday, May 6th. And once again, we would give this a buy rating. We would continue to hold on to this for multiple weeks until the BX Trender flipped once again bearish. And we would take our profit of 37% or just stop trading the stock. At this point, price actually pushes up about 10% to 137 and then craters about 20%. The BX Trender flips once again, showing bullishness. Price bounces, pulls back, and we had multiple opportunities because we would continue to hold this bullish position for nearly about 2.5 months because the BX Trender continued to remain green until we got the pullback on the 28th of October, but this would still realize us with anywhere between a 12 to 25% profit. Now, that's as simple as the strategy is, but damn it, does it work? And it's only right about 64% of the time. But what's so important is that when we're taking losses, they're very small because we only want to buy when other participants are there. So what I want to show you now is zooming into the daily chart and overlaying that strategy that we just went over. Where are we right now in the market cycle for Nvidia? Well, we've been very bullish on Nvidia since we bounced, like we said, back in August. I wouldn't have taken these trades specifically because the weekly chart at that time is what? Showing a red BX. So during all of this sell-off, we wouldn't look to go long until about August 9th to August 12th. You can see that the bot would have went long on August 9th and taken nearly a 20% profit. Now, the thing that is very important to understand here is that in most cases, trading options are very, very risky. And if you're somebody who does not know how to use proper risk management, you don't know how to actually stick to your stop losses, then don't trade options because you're going to lose everything and it's not worth it. But for those who do trade options, what you want to see out of any type of trading strategy is quick gains or quick losses, because the worst thing that can happen to you is theta decay or implied volatility crush. And so here we made 20% basically from August 9th up to August 21st. So 12 days, it's pretty damn good. Once the BX flips red, we no longer care about Nvidia. It sells off nearly 20. And then we buy once again right here on September 10th, take a small profit of 7.4%. we take a small loss trying to catch that breakout again of 0.22%, and then a 7% win, and then a 1.39% loss. If you want to learn how to use these indicators, all of our trading courses and resources to teach you this are completely free. However, if you want to get access to all of my real-time trades, which you can see that we're up nearly $3.8 million this year, as well as all of the real-time trading alerts like you're seeing here, then you can join our private academy and get access to our Discord community. The link to that will also be in the description. We're doing a pre-Black Friday sale, so if you want to save $90 your first month, just use the code MARKET10. Heading back to the daily chart, you're going to notice, the bot or our strategy would have actually taken profits today of 6.34% because, as we said before, the BX trender has now officially flipped from green to red. And as always, this does not mean that the stock has to crater. It normally just means that price is hitting a top, it will normally pull back, and then will re-enter again. As far as the potential re-entry zone, by looking at the volume profile indicator, it seems that price will most likely pull back to 140, maybe even filling this gap from November 5th. The other way that we could search for a retracement area is by taking our Fibonacci from most recent swing low here on October 31st up to most recent swing high. This would also line up with a gap fill down to 140 and $139. Now this strategy, and of course, remember that this strategy doesn't always work. We saw Palantir show signs of a potential top back on October 28th, and then it broke right through this. So the fact that Nvidia does have earnings coming up could just say, screw all of your analysis. But for me, I would rather focus on the buying pressure because all I have to do, worst comes to worst, is if price just consolidates for a couple of weeks and then we break over 150, cool, I'm bullish again. The BX trender will flip and we're going to go long. But if we pull back, we're giving ourselves a much better opportunity to go long, setting a stop loss maybe at 130 and to take profit for the end of the year up at 160.